like a good move. Yes!
The madness has started, and we're here to break down the insanity. From the Dodge Sports Desk, I'm Jenny Carlson, and this is the OU basketball edition of the Bedlam Nation Conversation. Joining me today, OU beat writer John Helsley and columnist Barry Trammell. They'll be traveling with the Sooners throughout the NCAA tournament. So, fellas, let's get started with Oklahoma's draw. John, what do you think about what the Sooners drew in Selection Sunday?
Well, I'm a little bit like Blake Griffin. I don't know much about Morgan State. You know, he claims to be a bracketologist of some sort. Yesterday, we asked him about Morgan State, and he came up with they're the 15 seed, and they're playing Oklahoma. So, beyond Morgan State, there's some interesting matchups in there. I think Clemson, a possible matchup in round 2 would be intriguing because they play fast. It sounds like they have pretty good guards, and that's the style that's given the Sooners some problems lately.
Barry, what about the draw from your perspective?
Well, Morgan State, I can one-up Blake Griffin. They're in the MEAC, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. The MEAC actually has won a game or two in NCAA history. Coppin State pulled the upset. I think it was 97, I think. But anyway, that's about as far as I can take you. They're in Baltimore. It's a game the Sooners should win easy. I actually think the second round is pretty easy, too. I think I disagree with Jeff Capel. He said yesterday there's more parity in college basketball than ever before. To me, there's less. Once you get past the bottom four, the 1 through 4 seeds, you get from like 5 to 10, just a bunch of teams in a hat, Clemson and Michigan. And I actually think the Sooners will be in pretty good shape to get out of Kansas City.
Yeah. And you mentioned Kansas City. Let's talk about the geography. First round and second round games in Kansas City, and then potential Sweet 16 Elite 8 games in Memphis. John, geography looks like it's pretty good for the Sooners.
Yeah, if you can get your hands on some tickets, those are both places you can drive. It's an easy drive, actually, to both places. I would think that we would see a pretty good contingent of Sooner fans in both places, granted that they make it to Memphis.
Yeah.
Tickets should be easy to come by. The Jayhawks in Missouri, nowhere to be found. One's in Minneapolis, one's in Boise. So excellent draw for the Sooners. OU fans can get to Memphis easy, get to Kansas City. A couple of roads people are pretty familiar with get you there. I-35 to Kansas City, I-40 to Memphis. So very few turns to get to the Final Four.
Does it feel like that there will be some Sooner fans that will make this trip? Have you all gotten any indication? I know we're still less than 24 hours from the selection show, but does it feel like there will be some Sooner fans that go?
I would think so, and part of that is that there's been this build-up for Kansas City for months now. It's not like just yesterday we discovered where they're going. I mean, there was some doubt maybe the last couple of weeks, but I think people have been talking about Kansas City, maybe planning for Kansas City for several months now. So I would expect to see a lot of Sooner fans.
Truthfully, the only impediment has been lack of tickets. I haven't checked the internet this morning, but I got to believe that the internet ticket sites are full of Missouri and Kansas fans saying, "Hey, I got some tickets for sale."
Yeah. What about pitfalls? Because it sounds like first and second round, the Sooners are going to be playing beyond Kansas City. So what are the pitfalls out there for them that might keep them from Final Four, National Championship? I don't know if we want to go that far, but what are the pitfalls out there, John?
Well, you get to Memphis, you're looking at probably Syracuse. We know what they've been doing lately, playing some really good basketball in a great conference, good guards. You can say the same thing pretty much about Arizona State, another team up there. A great player, James Harden, a lottery draft pick. Those are potential pitfalls, I would say.
Yeah.
Syracuse is a team I wouldn't want to play. I mean, if you look at the other 3 seeds in the tournament, Villanova, Missouri, Kansas, Syracuse stands out. It's a team, unique style because of the 2-3 zone. We remember that well from 2003 when Syracuse ran roughshod over the Big 12, beat OSU, OU, Kansas, and Texas to win the national title. It's not a team you really want to play. But the truth of the matter is, when you get to the Sweet 16, you're going to run into good teams. Now, North Carolina, potential Elite 8 game would be a fantastic matchup. Hansbrough against Griffin, in an I-40 battle. So that'd be a great game to see who goes to the Final Four.
All right. John and Barry will follow the Sooners throughout the tournament. To stay with the best coverage team anywhere, stay with NewsOK.com and every day in the Oklahoma.